Hello and welcome to a reading of the Holy Bible. This is from the Holy Family edition of the Catholic Bible. I have never read all the way through the Bible, so I thought it might be a good idea for myself as well as for other people that'd be interested. We will be reading all the side notes as well, but we read 2 chapters a week. So right now we are on Genesis, and we will be reading chapters 4 and 5 today. Genesis chapter 4. History of Cain and Abel. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, who conceived and brought forth Cain, saying, I have begotten a man through God. And again she brought forth his brother Abel. And Abel was a shepherd, and Cain a husbandman. And it came to pass after many days that Cain offered of the fruits of the earth gifts to the Lord. Abel also offered of the firstlings of his flock and of their fat. And the Lord had respect to Abel and to his offerings. I will be reading the footnotes as we go through each one. Have respect. An example. God accepted his sacrifice because it came from a heart full of devotion. We may suppose that God gave some visible sign of his acceptance, such as sending fire down from heaven upon the offering. Back to verse 5. But to Cain and his offerings he had no respect, and Cain was exceedingly angry, and his countenance fell. And the Lord said to him, Why art thou angry, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou do well, shalt thou not receive? But if ill, shall not sin forthwith be present at the door? But the lust thereof shall be under thee, and thou shalt have dominion over it. Cain slays Abel. And Cain said to Abel his brother, Let us go forth abroad. And when they were in the field, Cain rose up against his brother Abel, and slew him. Punishment of Cain. And the Lord said to Cain, Where is thy brother Abel? And he answered, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said to him, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth to me from the earth. Now therefore cursed shalt thou be upon the earth, which hath opened her mouth, and received the blood of thy brother at thy hand. When thou shalt till it, it shall not yield to thee its fruit. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be upon the earth. And Cain said to the Lord, My iniquity is greater than that I may deserve pardon. Behold, thou dost cast me out this day from the face of the earth, and I shall be hidden from thy face, and I shall be a vagabond and a future on the earth. Everyone therefore that findeth me shall kill me. Verse 14. Everyone that findeth me shall kill me. Cain's guilty conscience made him fear his own brothers and nephews. By this time there may have been a good number of them on earth. Adam and Eve had many children besides Cain and Abel. And God allowed brothers to marry their own sisters, which, since there was so few humans at the time, that does make sense, as well as through the decades, since Adam and Eve were before they ate the fruit pure, there wouldn't have been any birth defects until much later on. And the Lord said to him, No, it shall not be so, but whosoever shall kill Cain shall be punished sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, that whosoever found him should not kill him. Set a mark upon Cain. The Scriptures do not explain the nature of this mark. The interpreters of Holy Writ suppose it to have been a trembling of the body, or a horror and consternation in his countenance. The first city. And Cain went out from the face of the Lord, and dwelt as a fugitive on the earth, at the east side of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and brought forth Henoch. And he built a city, and called the name therefore by the name of his son, Henoch. Verse 17, his wife. She was also his sister. God allowed such marriages in the beginning, since mankind could not otherwise have propagated. He built a city, an example, after many years, when his race had multiplied, so as to be numerous enough to people it. The family of Lamech. And Henoch begot Irad, and Irad begot Mahaziel, and Mahaziel begot Methuselah, and Methuselah begot Lamech, who took 2 wives. The name of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Selah. And Adah brought forth Jabal, who was the father of such as dwell in tents and of herdsmen. And his brother's name was Jubal. He was the father of them that play upon the harp and the organs. Selah also brought forth Tubal-Cain, who was a hammer and artificer in every work of brass and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Noemah. And Lamech said to his wives, Adah and Selah, Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken to my speech. For I have slain a man to the wounding of myself, and a stripling to my own bruising. 7-fold vengeance shall be taken for Cain, but for Lamech 70 times 7-fold. Verse 23, I have slain a man. Lamech, who had slain a man, threatens to kill anyone who would avenge this deed. Seth and Enos. Adam also knew his wife again, and she brought forth a son, and called his name Seth, saying, God hath given me another seed, for Abel whom Cain slew. But to Seth also was born a son, whom be called Enos. This man began to call upon the name of the Lord. Verse 26, began to call upon the name of the Lord. Adam and Seth had called upon God before the birth of Enos, but Enos had used more solemnity in the worship of God. Chapter 5, Descendants of Adam. This is the book of the generation of Adam. In the day that God created man, he made him to the likeness of God. He created them male and female, and blessed them, and called their name Adam, in the day when they were created. Adam. And Adam lived 130 years, and begot a son to his own image and likeness, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he begot Seth were 800 years. And he begot sons and daughters. And all the time that Adam lived came to 930 years, and he died. Seth. Seth also lived 105 years, and begot Enos. And Seth lived after he begot Enos 807 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Enos. And Enos lived 90 years, and begot Canaan, after whose birth he lived 815 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan. And Canaan lived 70 years, and begot Malelel. And Canaan lived, after he begot Malelel, 840 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. Malelel. And Malelel lived 65 years, and begot Jared. And Malelel lived after he begot Jared 830 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Malelel were 895 years, and he died. Jared. And Jared lived 162 years, and begot Henok. And Jared lived after he begot Henok 800 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. Henok. And Henok lived 65 years, and begot Methuselah. And Henok walked with God, and lived after he begot Methuselah 300 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Henok were 365 years. And he walked with God, and was seen no more, because God took him. Methuselah. Methuselah lived 187 years, and begot Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. Lamech, Noah, Sem, Cam, and Japheth. And Lamech lived 182 years, and begot a son. And he called his name Noah, saying, This name shall comfort us from the works and labors of our hands, on the earth which the Lord hath cursed. And Lamech lived after he begot Noah 595 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech came to 797 years, and he died. And Noah, when he was 500 years old, begot Sem, Cam, and Japheth. And that is all for the chapters 4 and 5. Next week, it shall be chapters 6 and 7. Thank you very much for watching. Sorry, I was looking for it. Thank you very much for watching. You make sure you have a great day, and God bless. Thank you very much.